All right, welcome back. It's been a minute, but the weather's real nice around here. Today's like a beautiful 70-degree day and sunny. So really no excuse but for me to give you a nice little session, vlog style, like how I used to do like last year quite a bit, and just get back into it. So without further ado, I'll just commence the warm up right now and probably just keep yapping to you as that happens. All right. And of course I'm filming this right after I warmed up, so you're gonna have to look at my hair being probably real disgusting right about now. So obviously the title of this video is something along the lines of I'm not going to competitions this year. So I'm not, going to Unicon, I'm not going to NAUCC. And to make a long story short, the main reason is I've been having chronic back issues for about 5 months now, without any sort of real break since they started coming up. And this, originally I know what injured my back. It was actually a deadlifting injury freshman year of college, which was 4 years ago now. And the injury really wasn't that bad at first. It was like moderate pain, and I was like, okay, it'll probably go away on its own, and it did. Later on, maybe a few months after that, I re-injured it skateboarding somehow. Like I think I was trying to like scoop a tray flip or something, and that movement of my hips just made it all out of whack again. And so it was kind of back to square one for a second. Healed up fairly quick, and that maybe happened 1 or 2 more times since then, but not nearly that bad. It was just something I had to deal with, and then before I could even complain about it, it would be already healed. But for whatever reason, I re-injured it again around December, January, and it's like the smallest things that will injure it. I was doing like a 720 and just like relearning my 720s to get them kind of on lock, and I stopped the session and like my back was in immense pain. And so since then there's probably been like just not enough inactivity for it to heal, and I've got like rehab exercises that I can do, but I need to get the level of inflammation down enough to like actually work on that rehabilitation. So this has been an ongoing thing for some time, and to be honest, I just don't feel like the recovery is linear enough, or it's not predictable enough to count on me going overseas for an international competition. And it kind of sucks because a huge draw for me is the community element, obviously, but just being honest, like if my back flares up like that again, it'll make the whole experience like really terrible for me. And I just, knowing what I know now, I don't want to buy a plane ticket and figure out housing and all that just for it to be like a really rough experience for me. So that's sort of the reason that I'm not going to competitions. But there is an element of hope with all this. And sometimes sharing this can kind of be a downer. And one thing I've been reminded of continually is, if you're familiar with it, it's Paul's story of his thorn in the flesh. If you don't know the story, Paul was a early church planter. So Paul, as he's writing to all these churches that he's planted or other people have planted, talks about a thorn in his flesh. And we don't actually know what this thorn is, but if I can read the scriptures real quick, just so you get a better picture of what this is without me paraphrasing. In 2 Corinthians 12, 7 through 10, it says, "So to keep me from becoming conceited because of the surpassing greatness of the revelations, a thorn was given to me in the flesh, a messenger of Satan to harass me, to keep me from becoming conceited. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord about this, that it should leave me. But he said to me, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly of my weaknesses, so that the power of Christ may rest upon me. For the sake of Christ, then, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities. For when I am weak, then I am strong." All this goes to say that with my injury being chronic and being around preventing me from doing the thing I love, it can get really easy for me to be upset about that. And reminding myself that there has been another person who has had their own body just being tormented by something outside of their control, it gives me peace. And the reason why this gives me such hope is that there's a purpose behind this thorn. And the thorn that was given to Paul was to keep him from becoming conceited. You know, like having these greater revelations and this deep knowledge and intellect that allowed him to be of such service to the church, that can be his own downfall if it becomes pride. And for me, unicycling has been something that I've been graciously been given a great gift at being able to do it well. And the downside of that is it has become pride for me. There's, you know, for a long time, I just got, you know, intoxicated off of the feeling of landing something cool and having other people think it's cool, think I'm cool for doing it, and just like that positive reinforcement just going in loops. And, you know, there were times where I would take steps back and realize how big of a place of pride this was. And at times that would make me not want to even partake in it, because I'd just be worried that I would just sin out of my own pride taking over. And now I get to look at, you know, what's happened with my back with a lens of being grateful for it, because now I see it as a way that it contains my pride. You know, I no longer can say that I do all of this of my own strength. It's ultimately by the grace of God that I can unicycle the way that I can maybe show up to a competition and do well, that I can make these videos and people are entertained by it. It's by the grace of God. And because of the small amount of influence and power I've been given to be good at this sport, it just makes me want to pay it back to you guys and be truthful and honest about, you know, what I'm going through. And if any of you guys have had a thorn in your side like that before, just know that I relate to it and I understand that there's pain there, but I just want you to know it's for a good purpose from a God who loves you more than anything. So anyway, I hope that was coherent enough. I'm gonna get off my soapbox now and we'll get back to the rest of the session. To any nerds who care enough about this, today I'm running another 32 hole setup. This one is a Jitsi 19-inch rim. I think it's just about as light as the other few I've been running, but no blue rim tape this time. I figured out that the blue rim tape, I think it's a Chris Holm rim tape that I was using, weighed like twice as much as like I'm not sure what this rim tape is, but I was like, dang, that's actually a considerable amount when it's on that outside of the, you know, wheel. Anyway, that's pretty nerdy. Oh, I don't know why, but I've been more into just like messing around with combos more than doing like one big trick. So I might start the session by doing that. I'm gonna see if I can land something cool, but start with combos. Oh, dang it. Do you guys have a favorite way to get into a combo? Because as you can tell, mine is that weird, like, inward rolling wrap thing. I do it all the time. Comment down below if you have one. I'm sure. Ooh, I never landed that reverse backside underflip from before. First try. Oh, that was off a whim. I don't think I can do that. Maybe later. That's exhausting. Okay, so I have like a slight confession to make. I have not felt secure doing 900 sides in a minute. I know I can do it. I just gotta tell myself I can do it, and then I'll do it. So I'm gonna do it. Okay. Just put your feet on. Oh my gosh. And yes, the late outspin is essential. Ah. All right, at least I committed. There we go. Can I do it fakie? Maybe. You gotta be joking. If I break a spoke, it's like game over for the session, because with a 32 hole rim, the like structural integrity of each spoke matters a lot more than the 36. So, just a note for y'all. No way. That was a little sketchy, but I'm taking it. I'm taking it. I've never done that. Never done that. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna go for like just about as many side variations as a little guy can muster right now. Oh, golly. Yes, I need to get my water. A little mini rule I have for sessions these days is I have to get one quad variation of some kind, just one. But that way it's like keeps the snap technique dialed, and I never just like lose it. Some days it's better than others, obviously, but this way it's like it stays there, because at least in my opinion, quads are pretty important if you get them once, to try and keep them. Like a lot of combinations unlock from just getting crazy spin power. So if you have any trick like that where you're like, I need to get this consistent, just do it once every single session. It kind of works. I'm gonna warm up with the triple. Yup. Oh, that was so bad. Oh. Wait, what? Do you hear this? That's the weirdest thing. My wheel was like crackling. I thought I got a flat, but it's like it all just readjusted or something. I have no idea. Unfortunately, we do know what that sound is. Well, that might be it, folks. It all just went. All right, well, that's a flat tire to end out today. Not what I wanted, but it's what we're getting. So anyway, hope you moderately enjoyed this one. I didn't really get to as much as I wanted to, but at least you got to see some combos, a few of which were okay, were kind of decent. And I guess the good news is the weather's a lot nicer, so I'll probably be able to get back to doing these videos somewhat soon. And I have like a few other kind of different ideas planned than just doing a session, like some, I don't know, you'll find out, I guess. But until then, I'll see you next time.